Hi, it's Kata. It has been a good long while since I've given any love to my Monster High collection. But there is no better time than right now because I have two new dolls joining my collection today. One of them is a brand new collector edition that I'm so excited to unbox with you. And the other is something I never thought I would get. And that is a G3 Monster High doll. And when we get to that, I'll tell you why I never thought I'd get one. But first things first, let's get right into unboxing the 2024 Monster High Operetta Outta Fright doll. Out of fright? Oh, like out of sight? You know, they're punny. Okay, here we go. I love this. Great packaging. Look at the back. Look how cascadingly beautiful her hair is. Is her hair that long? It kind of doesn't look that way inside the box, but we'll see if we can get it there. How fun. The rockabilly theme, you know? Operetta's always had that sort of retro 50s, but you add the tattoo on her arm and her sexy, you know, cat eye, and plus with the scarring on her face, yeah, that gives her an edginess that kind of fits right into that whole rockabilly culture. I didn't notice this till I opened the box, but look at the music staff. The musical notes have the Monster High Skelett logo on them. The attention to detail in this design, so clever. Can I work for them? Okay, here she is. Oh my goodness. I love her sort of frosted blue eyeshadow. The scarf around her neck, so very 50s. I love the fingerless leather gloves. The knee-high fishnets and her cool shoes with the treble clef with cobwebs and piano keys. Wow. Vinyl records on sort of her outer skirt. A belt of dice. Love her undercurled rockabilly bangs. The top with the little pink spider is so cute. One thing I don't really like, oh my god, I just noticed, wait a second, before I get to that, there's kind of a couple of layers on her dress. One is spider webs, but underneath, more music notes. Can you see that? Such a subtle detail. You can actually really see it on camera really well. Beautiful. Operetta is so gorgeous with the tattooed arm and the scarring on her face, like, you know, Phantom of the Opera. Okay, so for my dislikes, one thing that I even noticed in the listing that I was like, oh, I don't really care for that. Up front, oh my god, there's even more that I'm noticing. Look at the Monster High logo as the buckle of her shoe. Do you see that? Okay, yeah, so see, there's so much more that I like about this doll than what I don't like. There's only two things that I don't like. Okay, so one thing I don't like is the earrings. Like I was saying, even on the listing, I kind of noticed the earrings weren't going to be something that I was going to like. I sort of knew that going in. I don't care for the fact that they're just these big chunks of plastic, but I do like that they're dice and the Monster High logo once again. So they're cute. I just don't like that they're big chunks of white plastic. But they do, you know, they do go. So a pretty minor thing. The kind of major thing, and this is something I noticed just as I was opening the box, her hair. Okay, check this out. It's very frizzy, getting very clumpy. I did attempt to comb it very carefully in chunks with a wide tooth comb, and it pulled, you know, some of it out. What's up with the frizz? That certainly wasn't represented in this picture. Very sort of almost kind of like a tight curl that creates weight to the bottom and just a lot of frizz. But that's okay. First of all, I love the black stripe though. That's, ooh, a couple of them. She's got a couple of black stripes. So maybe it just needs some attention. I am really bad with knowing doll hair types. You know, I know a lot of people are like, oh, that's Saran. Oh, that's Kanekalon. You could tell me 1,000 times and I could still look at it and go, So if anybody knows what kind of hair that she has, and if you have suggestions for helping it style better, I mean, do I boil wash this? Do I not? Let me know what you think that I can make this. I do love the length. You gotta love the length. That's a first for Operetta, isn't it? But anyway, to make this look more like this. Is that an impossible dream? I think we can make it happen. So let me know what you think about that. Okay. Still gorgeous Operetta. You know, the hair is kind of a disappointment, but maybe it's just my doll. Does anybody else have this issue with their new Operetta right out of the box? I'm still releasing endorphins though. Like, I still really, really love her. So yeah, she's gonna look so hot. So, look at her toes! Oh, even her toes have white nail polish on them. And they're gonna spread out a little bit. I've never seen that before. There's a lot to love about this Operetta. Oh, and I almost forgot to show you her little guitar coffin purse. How clever is that? It opens. There we go. It's a great accessory. I thought there was going to be a spider. Her pet. Oh, maybe that's just this guy. Maybe he just lives on her all the time. Woo. The next Monster High doll that I would like to unbox and show you today is kind of a big deal for me, only because it is a G3. And I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. When G3 first came out, I wasn't a fan. In fact, I ordered the very first G3 Cleo Denial from Amazon. And when she arrived, I sent her back. I didn't even open her box. I just opened the Amazon box and knew right away it's not for me. And here's the reason why. I'm a really late bloomer to Monster High. I didn't really get into them until 2020. And at that time, G1 were dolls that I was always on the hunt for. They were weird enough that they appealed to sort of the universal monster geek in me. I liked the fact that they were gangly and odd and perhaps not very realistic. That appealed to me. So when I opened the box and I saw the G3 Cleo for the first time, my very first impression of Cleo and the other G3 dolls was they look like children. They were happy. They had bright faces and, very different body styles from the gangly G1. I liked my dark monsters. So, and these dolls certainly weren't dark. They definitely had a charming joy to them that I wasn't looking for in my dark sort of gothy dolls. Yeah, so I sent her back. And then I watched G3 grow and evolve and the fashions that were coming out. Husband sent me a picture when he was at Walmart the other day of, here they are, playline dolls right on the shelves, which finding Monster High dolls on the shelf, wow, where was that 2-3 years ago when I first started collecting? So it was a big deal to find them in stores. So he's always finding them and sending me pictures going, what do you think? What do you think? Should I bring one home? Should I bring one home? And I kept saying, no, no, no. But the other day he sent me a picture of one and I was like, oh my gosh, that outfit is adorable. It was the new Draculaura. I said no, but I wouldn't be surprised if that one joins us at some point too. But the one we're here to look at today is, of course, Cleo. She is my favorite Monster High doll. So after returning that very first G3 Cleo, I still haven't gone back for her. But when this one came out, I could not resist. Here is the G3 Bejeweled Cleo Denial. What really pushed me over the edge to buy this was all her cool Egyptian-themed accessories. Like this sarcophagus? What? A sarcophagus! Now you're speaking my language. Now we're getting back to the things that appealed to me about Monster High to begin with. I also wanted to mention pricing, which fluctuates all the time on Amazon. I initially bought this Cleo on Amazon for $25. Then the following week, it was on sale for $13.99 with an automatic 20% coupon, so it was $11.19. So I purchased it again at the $11 price and returned the $25 doll. I heard later that I could have just reached out to Amazon and asked for a refund of the price difference, but I didn't know that until after I'd already ordered it again. But that certainly would have reduced the impact of the unnecessary back and forth shipping. Oh my gosh, let's dig in and see what else we got in here. I'll be right back. Okay, here is Cleo. Look at her face screening. That eye makeup. Wow. And her hair. Brilliant blue with the light blue and gold highlights. Love this little bun on top. I will say that the rubber bands in the packaging put a kink in her hair that I will have to figure out how to get out. Doll hair people, let me know. I do love her dress. Great necklace that matches the one that came in the box for humans. We'll come back to that in a minute. Her shoes are very pretty winged, sort of Sphinx Monster High logo on the buckle. One thing that kind of throws me, her hands are huge.
Dude, my hands are huge.
Like, look at the size difference there. Big hands, still getting used to that. The thighs and the hips were kind of one thing that initially surprised me about the G3 dolls, but now they're just some gorgeous legs that girl has. Ho-ho! And I love, of course, how Cleo's always had. It's supposed to be like mummy wrappings around her leg. Yeah, she kept that. And as well as on this arm and hand. Really pretty doll. Now let's look at all the accessories. Okay, we have the little necklace that matches Cleo's necklace. But this one's for humans. And inside of it is some blue eyeshadow. Isn't that cute? That's fun. I love that Tiffany blue color. Yeah, that's really fun. And then, of course, we have this cool Monster High mirror with the serpents. Yeah, this is a child's toy. That's what I love about Monster High, is their edgier sort of dark side. The serpents eating their own tail, that has some symbolism in Egyptian culture, doesn't it? I have a master's degree in history. Why don't I know this? Then we have these wonderful tattoos. Maybe they could even be used as stickers. All these great Egyptian characters and symbols. So cool. And lastly, there is the huge sarcophagus pencil box, or like, oh my gosh, it's so cool. Look at the like pets on the front of it. Cleo with the blue eye makeup, the Monster High like scepter. That is so cool. Here's the Monster High Skelett logo on the side. Let's open this up. Neat little spider web like holder of things that comes out, and then look, it's like a quilted coffin with a pillow and a bunch more of the Monster High Skelett logos on the inside. I love this. So thanks for coming along with me today as I unbox the brand new Outta Fright Operetta and the Boo Jeweled Cleo Denial. What do you think about these dolls? And tell me particularly, what do you think about the G3 Monster High dolls? Did you have a hard time kind of coming around to them like I did? Or did you love them from the start? And also let me know, what can I do about Operetta's hair? Oh my gosh. And she even has her own, I'm still finding stuff, a picture of her own sarcophagus on the back of her heels. Okay, anyway, thank you so much for coming along with me. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye! The new Operetta, what's her name again? Huge! They're big hands. She got big hands.
They can touch anything but themselves. Oh, wait.
Here we go. New Operetta. What's her name again? What's her name? Outta Fright. Okay.